So before I go into this lens of the nurture, I just want to give a brief overview of all of these different qualities, these different archetypal ways of seeing. And when we look in these directions, the type of qualities that tend to come forth. So through this lens of the sage, we cultivate this quality of noticing what never changes. We come in contact with, in that deeper part of it, of that aspect of the depth of our body that knows the changeless. There's many different names for that. The Holy Spirit, the ever-presence, the Buddha nature, the mystery of being, the para-Brahman, the place that is before existence. But that there's a way in which, through that lens of the sage, the body knows that directly. It knows that place that isn't changing. That's the essence of the lens of the sage. This lens of the nurture, we're cultivating this natural quality that when we get sensitive, we notice is actually always there. There's a part of us that simply enjoys everything that's happening, whether it's good or bad. It just enjoys it intrinsically. There's an inherent goodness to life that strangely people tend to only notice unless things get very, very, very good or very, very, very bad. They tend to break the spell of that more surface polarity. That's a whole other story, isn't it? So the lens of the nurturer coming in contact with that essence of that sense of goodness. The warrior, quite a different, more masculine energy, but equally important to be able to come in contact with this intrinsic sense of power, this intrinsic sense of strength that the body knows organically. The lens of alchemy, the alchemist, being able to have the tools, the skill set to move towards what's difficult inside of us. And that's always an archetypal calling inside of us to touch the edge of life in the moment that it's happening and to be changed and transformed and alchemized by it in such a way that it may destroy parts of our false self, but not of our true self. And working with these different qualities together can bring that about. That's the true alchemy we're looking for there. The lens of the shaman, connecting with this purity of light, of beingness, of presence, that actually underlies the physical body if we're sensitive and clear with it at all times. The sense of brightness, the sense of presence. That when we get sensitive in our bodies and we attune in this archetypal way is more imminent and constant than the feeling of our physicality. This becomes so obvious if you spend a lot of closeness and intimacy with your body. The lens of the seer, being able to turn our attention using the essence of wisdom to the core questions inside of us, like who am I? What is life? What is this? Where am I? What is life? What is anger? What is sadness? What is it made of? Who is experiencing it? These substructures of mind that for most people go completely unquestioned. That's what the lens of the seer is all about. And the lens of the mystic, being able to notice that we're always part of a field of wholeness. That from that perception, we're able to take our place in the whole of everything. We're not seeing ourselves through a separate someone, but as a part of everything. And that archetypal way of being lies at the core of us in every moment. There's a part of us that already knows that already sees that. It's like obvious beyond obvious. And so through those practices with the lens of the mystic, we start to cultivate that quality and then open to the reality that's another core aspect of what it means to be here, what it means to have a body is to know these things.